American dream. He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. He's just a common man.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Players Code Talks Wrestling. We are back. We are a week after the results of Money in the Bank. I did make an episode after Extreme Rules. I think it was about a week after Extreme Rules I made an episode. And just basically down to just pure laziness. Like, just pure laziness of me hitting the upload button. It just didn't come out. So I'm going to do an episode now for a couple of reasons. One, because Money in the Bank is an actual, like, normally big pay-per-view. And also, we lost a good friend in the wrestling industry. I'm sure all of you know. It's been all over. ESPN did a thing. Obviously, the death of Dusty Rhodes is hard on any wrestling fan who is familiar with his work and familiar with the contribution that he made to this industry that we love and talk about. Now, granted, I didn't grow up in the Dusty era, but I am familiar with his promos and his wrestling and his ability to captivate an audience. And he was special. So I just want to start out this episode with just, obviously, our little mini tribute to Dusty. Just sad that he's gone. And just have a quick moment of silence. Okay. So, hopefully you guys have your own moments. Obviously, the Hard Times promo is one of the best to watch if you have not seen it. For hardcore WWE fans who were around back in the day, WrestleMania. Shit. My apologies, I'm blanking on what Mania he wrestled Macho Man at. I believe it was 6. Yes. He wrestled a mixed tag match with Sweet Safa as his tag partner against the Macho King and the Macho Queen, Sensational Sherry. Sorry if I seem a little discombobulated. I'm just a little tired for whatever reason. So anyway, let's get into the meat of everything. Where do we stand after Money in the Bank? A lot of people said they liked this pay-per-view. I had a few issues with it. I thought the tag match was good. I enjoyed the tag match. The Money in the Bank briefcase match felt just kind of off. I don't know if it's just because these guys just don't exactly know what it takes to put together a good ladder match, or what. But it just felt kind of like, alright, it felt like one-on-one for most of the match. I don't know. I was definitely unhappy with the outcome, because I think the WWE puts way more stock into how much the fans react to Sheamus. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he's really ever going to be accepted by the fans as the top level guy they want him to be. But I think WWE keeps trying, and they think his heel character is really working. And it does make me not want to watch the show when he's on, but not for the reason that a heel should. I don't want to see him get beat up. I just want him to go away. So that's the bad kind of heel heat. So he wins Money in the Bank, shocker. And Roman looks like he's gonna win, and pretty much everybody going into this was like, okay, yep, Roman's gonna win Money in the Bank. This is his comeuppance for doing the job at Mania. This is how it's gonna work. And as he's ascending the ladder with no one around him, he's cleared the ring, he's cleaned house. We get Wyatt. Bray Wyatt appears in the ring and pushes the ladder over, essentially screwing Roman Reigns out of Money in the Bank. And I'd be okay with this if Bray Wyatt hadn't been just a completely wasted potential since feuding with Cena last year at WrestleMania. Ever since then, he's been booked terribly. Dissolving the Wyatt family was a dumb move. His feud with Ambrose went nowhere. That's really the only feud he's won. He lost the feud to Jericho. The Undertaker match was it. I get it. You don't want Taker to go back to back 2 years in a row losing, but at the same time, why put a guy in there that needs to win to be elevated? Because the promos aren't just doing it anymore. You've got to win matches. You've got to be seen as a threat. You have to make people afraid of you. And you can't do that when you lose every goddamn match. And especially now with the Golden Boy Roman Reigns, you know for a fact Bray Wyatt is not going to win out here. This is just another stepping stone for Roman Reigns, who's on his way up, by the way, because of them pairing him with Dean Ambrose and them doing the buddy-buddy thing for about a month or two. That really, really got over with the crowd. That really is starting to get Roman Reigns over is coming to Dean Ambrose's aid, who's everybody's ready. Which is weird because a year ago, after Mania, because what's next? Payback is next, right? So we had not had the split up. Oh no, we had the split up. Yeah. So yeah, no, the Shield had been broken up. Everybody knew that they wanted to put the belt on Roman. Seth had won Money in the Bank, so they knew they were putting the Rocket up under his ass. I think a year ago, I don't think anybody would fathom that Dean Ambrose would come so close to winning the WWE title. I think the shitty finish at Elimination Chamber was really bad. The whole, because it's one of those things that people who don't watch wrestling love to point out, and like, well, wait a minute, I've watched, or they're a casual watcher. It's like, well, I've watched 10 matches where, the first ref that got knocked out doesn't come back in and argue with the second ref. It's just over. The match is over, and whatever happens, happened. But of course, there are those times where they love to turn that on its head and go, well, no, we're gonna pretend that it's slightly more realistic than you think. The first referee is gonna argue that he got pulled in front of Seth Rollins, and Seth would be disqualified. It's like, oh shit. It's just, it was a bad finish. And Money in the Bank kind of followed. Actually, Money in the Bank was okay. Money in the Bank finish, I'll get to it. What other things upset me? The Divas match. God damn it. I do agree. I've been reading what people have been saying online, kind of like Squared Circle and whatnot, and I do agree with the sentiment that just because they're giving the Divas more time to wrestle doesn't mean they're taking advantage of it, and that's how I kind of feel like it is. I feel like they don't trust anybody else to work right now, besides Brie Bella, Paige, on occasionally, what's her name, Naomi, but she kind of got dropped really quickly. I feel like they don't think anybody else has the talent. Also, I think they're hell-bent on having Nikki Bella break AJ's longest reigning Divas title streak as a one last in-your-face, which, it doesn't make any, doesn't make any sense. It's killing the division, is what it's doing. Really, the lack of talent is killing the division. They really need to call the girls up, and I think that's what they're building to, with the whole Paige trying to rally the Divas locker room against the Bellas, and all the other Divas kind of like, no, we're fine. We're good where we're at. So a lot of people are saying it's going to be the call up of a lot of, if not more, of the NXT Divas, which will be great. We can finally maybe inject some blood into this, inject some life into this division. The Intercontinental match was a fucking throwaway. Basically, it was all to set up a 3-way between Big Show and Miz and Ryback for the Intercontinental title. It amazes me how they could do such a good job elevating the U.S. title and then just absolutely not give one flying shit about the Intercontinental belt. The belt with a way longer lineage. You know what I'm saying? Like, they took it off Daniel Bryan because he couldn't compete. Fair enough. Well, who do they give it to? Well, let's give it to Ryback. He's earned it. You know, I mean, I've made my feelings on Ryback known before. But whatever. Dude's been in the company a long time. Maybe he deserves a run. It's fine. Who's he going to feud against first? I don't know. What about the Big Show? He's just fucking sitting around not doing anything. Yeah, sure. But that doesn't feel punchy enough. We need something else. Who can we put in there? Is the Miz? What's the Miz? Miz making another lowball movie? No, he's just sitting around. All right, put the Miz in there. But why? Who gives a shit why? Just do it. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. That's really what it feels like. It feels like it's this thrown together, ham-fisted ball of trash. And it's not Ryback's fault. Although I do agree with what people say that he is the prime example of the chant is over, but the wrestler isn't. I think you could give the Feed Me More chant to somebody else and it would be the same thing. It's not like the Yes chant with Daniel Bryan, where people want to see Daniel Bryan, and then as a product of that, the Yes chant became fire. Whereas with Ryback, it's people want to chant Feed Me More, and because of that, they have to put up with Ryback. So it was literally like a minute match that ended in a DQ. So that was just a throwaway, garbage match. My apologies if I'm not going deep into details. Like I said, it's been a week, and I'm a little tired, but I wanted to record something. So what else was there? We had the Money in the Bank match. First of all, why is Kane in Money in the Bank? I mean, I get it from the kayfabe authority storyline. It's like, well, if Seth wins, then we know that no one's going to cash in Money in the Bank on him. And if Seth loses, then Kane can cash in and get the belt back from Dean Ambrose and bring it back to the authority. It's okay, but from just a match standpoint, I know he's been in other Money in the Banks, but Money in the Bank is, or at least initially what it was supposed to be kind of like a showcase of your young up-and-coming guys, you know? And now it's just kind of turned into, well, and I think this happened because they had to make a fucking pay-per-view out of it. There used to be 2 Money in the Bank matches. That's what's insane. Thank God they've chopped it down. Although last year they did have the one for the briefcase and the one for the titles. Ow, hit my lip. What else happened? The tag titles, the Divas match. Oh, I didn't even finish talking about the Divas match. Divas match had the most bullshit fucking finish, and it goes right along with the finish from Elimination Chamber. It's like they're trying. It's like they think we've never watched professional wrestling before.
Bug.
My girlfriend sees a bug. It's like they think we've never watched professional wrestling before, so they try to pull the twin magic thing, which the twin magic thing for the Bellas, first of all, let's just start with a baseline there. How fucking dumb do you think your audience is? And it's probably not even that. It's probably not even think, they probably know they can't get away with it. So it's almost like kind of like a kitschy, like wink wink nod nod thing, which makes it even worse. Because like, well, we know that you're not going to believe that nobody in their right mind would ever be able to believe that these two look the same anymore. But we're going to do it and pretend it works anyway and just say that, the ref couldn't see. It's like, okay, all right. Even though that Nikki Bella's chest is 4 times the size of Brie Bella's chest, and the fact that they wear completely different ring attire, and have different hair, and about a multitude of other things that make them completely different looking people. They try the twin magic thing at Money in the Bank. Fails. Paige hits the Rampage, I believe, and pins Brie Bella. Or she rolls her up. I think actually she rolls her up, which makes more sense. Because I'd say if she pinned her, then fucking no. Because if she got the pin, if she got the hit her with a move, then Brie no sold the fuck out of it. But no, I think she rolled her up. So she rolls her up. Ref rings the bell. Paige has won the Divas title. Oh, awesome. Yay. And then Brie starts like unstuffing her bra, because apparently that's one way they've tried to combat that. Again, still wearing completely different outfits. The hair doesn't even look the same. And she's like, well, no, ref, look, I'm not my sister. Obviously, the match can't go on. So what would you do in this? Because Brie interfered in the match and got physical with the participant. So what would you do? Normally, call for DQ. Match would be over. You know, Brie Bella, or Nikki Bella continues to hold the title. Paige gets the win, but gets screwed out of it. Continue the storyline. Awesome. No. They restart the goddamn match. I don't know why they would do this. The Bellas blatantly were caught trying to cheat. So why did you not disqualify them? But no, the match is restarted. Paige gets hit with a rack attack, pinned clean. Well, I guess you wouldn't call it a clean pin, but is pinned 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. And then Nikki hits the stupid fucking forearm like she's Lex fucking Luger and has metal in her forearm and just knocks Paige out. It's like, it really kind of tainted the whole pay-per-view for me. Is because it just felt unnecessary. You know? It felt almost like Evolution Triple H. You know what I'm talking about? Where he would go over so strongly that it would just make the other person look completely inadequate. It wouldn't give them a rub. It would make them look completely inadequate. And that's kind of what it felt like with Paige. Even though there was the whole distraction angle, it's like, but that it didn't lead to anything. Like, if you want the heel to be a heel, I don't know, it didn't feel right. Maybe it's just because I'm a huge Paige fan, but it felt just dirty, and not in a good way, you know. Goddamn, did John Cena and Kevin Owens tear the fucking house down again? Was it time for Owens to suffer a pinfall loss? Yes. I say yes only because of what I believe he's being set up for, where I'd rather have him be pinned by the 15-time champion world, Superman face of the company, instead of having him beat John Cena twice and then be pinned by Samoa Joe and lose the NXT, or by Finn Balor and lose the NXT title. I feel like losing to John Cena, although a lot of people will be happy to argue with me, and I'll argue with myself most of the times, where just having a good match and losing to John Cena doesn't exactly mean you've got yourself over. But Owens is over before that. Owens has gotten himself over. And so I think it's okay. I think it makes a bit more sense. It wouldn't make as much sense for him to eat the pinfall from Finn or Joe after beating Cena twice, like establishing that I am better than this guy, and then I lose to two guys who are in NXT, even though they've, have long wrestling histories. So, but the match was fantastic. I do agree with people who've said 2 weeks is too soon. This match should have been pushed. Like, either the one Elimination Chamber shouldn't have happened, and the first match should have happened at Money in the Bank, and then the rematch should have happened at SummerSlam, possibly for the U.S. title. I feel like they used Kevin Owens definitely to kind of bolster the Elimination Chamber numbers. I think that's why the first match was on the EC, on Elimination Chamber. But But I think like 2 weeks between the matches was just too quick. Because the matches seemed too similar. Even though they were different, they seemed too similar. And not enough time had passed where people could forget the intricacies of the first match. So a lot of that stuff kind of seemed to pop up in the second match. Even though both of them, I'd say, are definitely match of the year contenders. Both are fantastic fucking matches. Such incredible work from John Cena and Kevin Owens, both. And then, it comes down to the final match, the title match in a ladder match. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. I appreciate that these guys did something different than just a standard kind of ladder match. They kind of went more of kind of an extreme with it. To one point, Dean was buried beneath chairs and basically Rollins crippled Dean Ambrose's leg in this match, and that was kind of the story. Is Rollins is going directly after the leg, crippling Ambrose so he can't climb the ladder, and Ambrose was basically playing the guy who never says die. He always comes back. He always fights his way back. You could kill him practically. Basically, that's what Rollins did, and he's still gonna keep coming. And this one had a screwy finish too. This had it was like a throwback to the NFL with when they had the replacement refs, where it's so both Dean and Seth climb the ladder, both have the belt unhooks, they both fall to the mat, and then Seth wrestles the belt out of Dean's hand and is then declared the winner. So it's like a jump ball situation, and it felt it wasn't that it detracted from the match, and I'm not going to argue rules or whatever, but I am going to argue. What made me upset was it felt like it was a goofy finish for the sake of being it was a weird finish for the sake of being weird. It didn't detract from the match, but it didn't add anything. It wasn't a finish that was oh, so that's how the match ends. It didn't add anything special to the match. It was just a very meh, weird, out of place, and I don't know if it was because we did open the show with a tribute to Dusty Rhodes. I don't know if they booked it in kind of a tribute to a Dusty finish. But it was it didn't sit right, and it like I said, it didn't really take anything away, but at the same time it didn't add anything. And when you do that, it's I guess when you put something in in a match like that where it doesn't add or subtract, really you kind of look at it and go, what's the point? What's the point of this ending, this finish? So that's kind of where we stand on Money in the Bank. Brock Lesnar is supposed to be back this week, I believe. Hopefully this will go up Sunday night and going into Monday. So Brock Lesnar should be back. That he's touted as being on Raw with Paul Heyman, basically building to Seth Rollins versus Brock at SummerSlam. And yeah, I'm not sure if I see because that was the thing. Is Seth Rollins did this. One of the pieces of the story of the ladder match was he wanted to do it all on his own. I don't need Kane. I don't need J&J Security. I don't need Stephanie and Triple H. I don't need anybody. I can go out there and I can win this match on my own to prove that I am the champion, a champion. And he did it. He did it. He did it pretty decisively, except for the final part. But he beat Ambrose up pretty damn bad. So he did it. So, but I don't know how they're gonna have him beat Brock if they're going to. Excuse me, had to yawn there. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna kind of work that in. You know, Brock is just such a fucking monster. And it took so much. I mean, he didn't even get pinned at WrestleMania. Like, he pinned Roman. So, I don't know how, if that's going to be a thing. If he's going to drop it at SummerSlam. If he's going to drop it at Night of Champions. Goddamn yawn. Sorry. I don't know how that's going to work. And I don't know if Owens is going to wrestle Cena at SummerSlam for the U.S. title or not. I don't know. I'm trying to think of when. Well, let's see. Money in the Bank just happened. That was a week ago. So I'm assuming, barring any other middle of the, 2-week events. My God. Barring 2-week events, Owens is slated to fight Finn Balor on NXT showing on July 4th in Tokyo. A lot of people are speculating he'll drop the belt to Finn in Tokyo because that's, where Finn made his money for years. So my thought would be they might hold off on the Cena Owens match. And hey, because this will be the third one. Each one's got one, so this is going to be it. This will be the third match, most likely for the title. Problem is if Owens wins. Oh, fucking Christ. If Owens wins, there's obviously got to be a title rematch because John Cena always gets title rematches. It's always been like the thing. It's like it's in the contract, like the rematch clause. I don't really know if that's a thing. It's just one of the classic kayfabe ways for the champion to get an instant rematch. But yeah, so that's kind of where we stand with the big stuff. Divas, I don't know. I don't care about the IC title right now because they don't care about the IC title right now. The tag titles, the Primetime Players won the tag titles. I guess I probably should have said that. From the New Day. Which I thought was I missed the Primetime Players era. I came back after they had kind of broken up. I'm still I'm really saddened by Tyson's Kid injury and then them basically going, all right, well, Cesaro, you're only a tag team wrestler, so obviously you can't do anything while Tyson's hurt. So we're just gonna not do anything with you. Although him and Kevin Owens did have a hell of a match. Lately, just lately, it was fucking great. So yeah, it's been kind of a short episode, and I've been a bit scatterbrained. My apologies, but I wanted to cover what happened to Money in the Bank, everything up to and after Money in the Bank. Actually, no, Brock's already been back. Yeah, no, Brock's already been back. I'm going crazy. I forgot I missed a week of Raw. So, Brock's been back, basically declaring, yeah, hey, I think they said, like, to square away with the suspension, like, Brock agreed to pay for Michael Cole's medical bills, I think was what happened. Like, and that's, I was like, all right, that's fine. Brock can be reinstated. I think it was something like that. And so, yes, Brock is slated to set up to face Rollins at SummerSlam. Like I said, no idea how that's going to go. There's a lot of rumors floating around. But obviously rumors have, led to absolutely nothing. The rumor was Roman Reigns was going to win Money in the Bank and cash it in the same night. Possibly turning heel if Ambrose won the title. There was talk of Ambrose going heel at Money in the Bank. It's just, rumors are rumors. That's kind of how it works. So, yeah, I think that's about it. If you enjoy listening to this, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with people, like-minded people that you know that enjoy pro wrestling and enjoy our view of pro wrestling. My apologies again for being just me. Mike continues to have no computer to record audio on, so we're kind of dead in the water when it comes to joint ventures. Check out the other stuff we have on our YouTube channel. We also have a Twitch where we live stream games. I will probably be live streaming towards the end of the week next week if I have time, because Batman Arkham Knight has come out, and I would like to do basically kind of like a Twitch Let's Play of that. I think that'd be fun. So keep an eye out for that. If you miss the stream, all the stuff goes up on YouTube afterwards. There'll be a little slate in the video also, but just search Players Code on YouTube. You should find us. Twitch.tv/Players Code. The P and the C are capitalized. It's one word. We have a Facebook that updates every time we post videos. Facebook.com/Players Code. We have a Twitter that updates every time we post videos, and this is also how we communicate with fans. If fans wanted to communicate with us, @PlayersCo Podcast is the Twitter handle. So go ahead and follow us there. Shoot us a tweet at us. Like us on Facebook. Yeah, I mean, that's basically all the ways to find our stuff and kind of get information about when we post. We're toying around some other ideas. I'm thinking about a couple of things I need to look into. I need to re-look into getting this thing up on iTunes as a podcast. That kind of was a flaming ball of shit last time I tried it. Because it's there, but it's not there. It's just a fucking annoying. Anyway, I gotta try to do that. So, but anyway, if you like stuff, like I said, share it, subscribe to our channels, like all of our stuff, and we will see you next time on Players Code Talks Wrestling. Thank you very much for listening.